and it's open mic night time. Here's a guy that came up, wasn't on the show. I asked him to go up. He said he'll do it. How about a warm welcome for one of our favorites, Brendan Birk?
Everybody give it up for Walter White. Season 4. Yeah, bitch. So, I used to be an altar boy until 9th grade. And when you quit being an altar boy, you gotta come to the priest. Now, so I wanted to write a Jesus joke. But I felt like a Judas. That is 2 words. Stand-up comedy. My daughter unintentionally wrote a joke that I have for you guys. It was going to be my opener. I really wanted her to open for me. She's 6 years old. Pigtails, like the cutest thing you've ever seen. She came up to me the other day and she had her hand on her hip and she just sashayed in like RuPaul. Slams the baby gate, goosh, and goes, "Daddy, I got a riddle for you. What goes down but doesn't come back up?" Now I know what you're thinking. Poop, am I right? I stopped right there and I was like, you know what? I don't have time to explain evaporation or prairie dogging. So you're grounded. Give me your tablet. Go to your room. Write Daddy some jokes. She's a cute kid. She really is. I mean, now. She grew into it, of course. When she was born, blonde hair, black eyes, and literally a head that was brought to you by the number 8. It was just pea-shaped. So my best friend comes into the delivery room and goes, "Oh my God, look at your little girl." And I hand her to him and he goes, "Jesus, Katie, what, you sneeze halfway through?" I looked at my wife and I laughed, but then, you know, like, in that moment, it's like, you laugh, but you start, like, tearing up, like, tears of joy, and I was like, I want him to be the Godfather. My wife was like, Tugboat will not be the Godfather. So, my wife, she's a bartender, very attractive, and yeah, breadwinner. Can't compete with that one. So she goes to work one day and then she comes home and she's like, "Oh, I forgot to do my joke about the new stage. I was gonna be like, Ipsy, drink it in. I can see my house from here." I didn't even write that down, but so anyways, my wife goes to work, she comes home and she's like, "So I told one of my regulars that you're doing stand-up comedy." And I was like, "Oh, that's awesome. What did he say?" And she said, "He said, what is he, an idiot?" And I was like, "What?" They're trying to make people happy. And she goes, "He said, you know it's the hardest thing you can do, right?" And I was like, "What the?" No, I didn't swear. I'm trying not to swear this time. But he goes, "You know he's never going to make it, right?" I know. So then I wrote a joke and was like, take this joke to him and see what he thinks. So the next day she comes home and I was like, "What do you have to say?" I was going to use a swear word. I'm not going to do that. But I was like, "What did he have to say?" And she goes, he didn't come in. And I was like, that's what he would do, right? And she was like, "No, he found out he has a terminal illness. He's dying." I know. That's not funny at all. So I was like, "Well, tell him he's an idiot and he's never going to make it." I know. You hear that one, Larry? Sounds like one of us made it. God, I'm glad he's dead. What an idiot. Oh, don't poke the bear, guys. So, you want to hear the joke I wrote for him?
Yeah. How could we not?
You ready?
Yeah. Let's go. Bring it on.
So, I used to have a Cabbage Patch Kid. Not a doll, just a dude on my block that was like... I made my wife apologize for not having my comedic timing. He had a stanky leg. His name was Dougie. Man, he could hustle, though. Am I supposed to be sad about this slanderous old man? This guy? No? Okay. It's not like he's Alex Trebek. I mean, that was sad. When Alex Trebek died, I didn't even know his life was in jeopardy. His wife was like, "What is the diagnosis?" And he was like, "Correct." They were like, "Alex, this is serious. You have colon cancer." And he was like, "Ooh, I'm sorry. We were looking for iridocyclitis." Brett. Gallagher died. Yeah. Well, shit. I mean. Yeah, have your mama meet the milkman. Like, the worst jokes ever. But I love Gallagher. I mean, if anybody who doesn't know who Gallagher is, he was the guy with the long hair and the Kangol hat and pull out the hammer, smash a bunch of fruit, send it in the audience, and everybody have like little plastic shields. That dude flung more seed at an audience than Louis C.K. Also, him and Louis had a bunch in common. They're both really funny, innovative, very intelligent comedians, and also, you know, at some point, that hammer's coming out. You better cover your eyes. Iridocyclitis. Alright, so I wrote this for Halloween. I haven't been able to perform since then. So let's just pretend it's Halloween right now. Like Mark's laugh. I just made that up on the spot, I swear to God. So, 1995, the time is 1995. My aunt has her first child. And she has 2 cats, one of them's really old, and it just starts peeing all over her kid's stuff. And she's like, you know, kid comes first. You know the story?
Yeah. Fucking bitch.
So she's like, we could give the cat away, but they're just gonna put it down, so what do? We gotta put the cat down. And she's like, really sad about it, so she's like, can you guys come with me to support me? Of course. So we go there. This is 1995, by the way. Bob Barker was still doing the whole thing with the skinny mic, have your pet spayed and neutered. So anyways, I go with her, they put the cat down, and remember, this is a true story. So they put the cat down, and we're crying and hugging. They give us the cat in a shoebox so that we can put it in the yard, bury it with her other dead pets. On the way home, I hear underneath my seat. That's what I said. I'm not swearing in this one, though. So I said, Aunt Debbie, pull the car over. The cat is still alive. And she goes, no, it's not. And I was like, it is. So she pulls the car over. We pop the trunk. It's this moment. Open the shoebox. It's just a dead cat in there. She's like, Brandon, what is wrong with you? And I was like, I heard the cat. She pushes the shoebox aside. And it's one of her kids' baby toys that run out of batteries. So I'm like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do this. I'm so sorry. That should be the end of the story, correct? This is a true story. I'm in control of the narrative right now. So, we get home. We open the door to her kid's bedroom, and we're like, you smell that? It's a fresh pool of cat piss. We gotta go back. Gotta kill the other cat now. So anyway, I knew you guys weren't gonna like it. So I wrote 2 different endings to that story, right? So we go home. We open up the door to the bedroom, and we're like, you guys smell that? Fucking Larry peed on the ground. We gotta go back. Gotta kill Larry. So that story had everything. It had a death. It had a resurrection. And then it had a straight up murder. And I had to call my aunt and ask her, is it okay to tell this on stage? You know what she said? Any guesses? Sure. I don't remember that happening. Which means she either blacked it out or she is completely cool with murder. Which is good to know about my aunt. And also, hang on, I forgot what it was. It was, turns out, I found my Jesus joke after all. See you guys around Easter. Thanks a lot, guys. You guys have a good night.
Yeah! Thank you! Brandon Birk! Yeah! Thank you!